Hello. Hello, lovelies. Yes, I'm here. It's December the 19th and it's very early in the morning actually. So I've sneaked down into the studio to film and there's cats everywhere. Colin, my adopted, who I don't know who he belongs to, but he practically lives up here. Colin is sat on that desk watching. I fed Ginger at the front door and then I've fed Jack and Figgy at the back door, Figaro. When I say fed, I just give them a few little snacks. I don't feed other people's cats because I don't think that's fair, but they always know to come for a couple of snacks. You know those little, I can't remember what they're called, cheesy things, I don't know. Anyway, so and two of them are sat up there. One's sat on the one's on the fence, one's on the hamster house, on the guinea pig house, and one's here. So it's early, but I've got an audience, which is brilliant, isn't it? The first thing I want to say is I noticed I don't often see the comments on YouTube because I'm rubbish at things like that. But I did see there was a comment that I missed the H out of Christmas tree here. And somebody put, are you going to leave it or alter it? And I thought, do you know what? I probably would just leave it, but let's alter it to, let's put that there and let's put that there. Now, does that look as though... What I'll have to do is go over the others again to make them, because I've made that thicker, I'll have to make those thicker. But there you are. Normally I'm not bothered. It's just when I'm in a rush or anything. And I don't think I've ever spelt Christmas wrong. So that was a bit of a shock to see that. There we go. It's not the best, but you know. So let's pop that to one side. Oh, Colin, are you going? Oh no, Colin's curling up in the chair. He's in for a morning. That means I'm stuck in the studio for a couple of hours because when he curls up in the chair, he goes to sleep for 3 hours. Anyway, I can get a lot of work done. Here we are. So you might have seen I had this piece out earlier. This is a jigsaw piece. Okay, I have a product that is a puzzle board. So it's a frame and we didn't want wastage inside. So it has a puzzle inside, okay? And sometimes I use this, let me have a look. Sometimes I use this as an actual puzzle. So can you see? So sometimes I'll give a frame. I've got doodling on the back as well. And then I'll use the whole thing like this. Same with this one. This is Ben and his family. Can you see? So I shall make the whole frame and then I make a jigsaw that the kids, or a puzzle, some of you call it a puzzle. But anyway, that's what we use them for. But sometimes I just use the frame and I don't use the inside bits. Okay, so for example, if I was doing something like this, so this is just a frame that's going to go up on the wall. Can you see I've got embossing round, etc. So I'm left with the puzzle, and a lot of the time I make extra puzzles to put inside so the kids have different pictures, etc. But sometimes I'll do what I'm going to do now. So I have 6 of these puzzles. I do a bigger frame as well, which has bigger puzzles, but these are perfect for cards and baubles. They're made out of compressed cardboard. Okay, recycled compressed cardboard is what they are made out of. So they're really, really easy to colour, etc. So what shall I use today? Hang on, what have I got here? Oh, I was going to use a bauble, but I can't see a bauble. What about a star, actually? Oh, that would be nice. I'll use a star then. Okay, and the colour that I'm thinking today was turquoise and pink. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the diamond board in the Blue Lagoon shimmer. That's shimmer. But I think I'm going to do the puzzle in bubblegum pink, but normal, because I want to either write on there or stamp on there. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the normal. So let's have a look. What have we got? Have we got anything? Nothing. No, I'll have to use a new one. Okay, no problem. So Blue Lagoon Shimmer. Oh, it's just absolutely stunning. My shimmer paints are, you see it shimmering more when they're dry. When you first put them on, you have to wait for the moisture to evaporate, and then you see the most gorgeous shimmer. So, oh, looks like it needs a bit of a, I don't know if you saw there was a little bit of clear came out, and that means that the resins have just started to separate slightly. So just give it a shake back up. Perfect. La 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 la. Just a thin coat, 2 thin coats. Well, 1 to start with, and then we'll add another. I'm just going to prop it up there to dry, and I am going to oops. I'm going to do the pink. Now, I do have that hanging around. That'll be fine. Now, which side am I going to do? I think I'll do it that way. That's the way I had it, wasn't it? And I could put Merry Christmas in there. So, this is just normal, no shimmer. That one looks as though it needs a bit of a shake as well. I wonder if it's because it's colder down here at the moment. Ooh, that sounds very... I might need to get a new one. Remember, I'm in a studio at the bottom of my garden. So it's not necessarily the best conditions, but normally I don't have a problem. Sometimes the paints separate, but that's all. Okay. Now, when I'm doing a puzzle, I don't go round the edges, but I might do it on here. Let's go around the edges here. So because it's compressed cardboard, you don't have to prime it or sand it. They're perfect. It's the same. Tim has his shapes. Now I'm not going to be able to get in there, so I'm going to use a bit of a baby wipe on my finger. Tim has all his tags, and he has lots of different shapes in it as well. They're made for us by Stampers Anonymous. That's one of my lines with them. So you can see I'm just going in with the baby wipe, and then I'll do a second coat. Might need 3. When you've got, because it was brown to start with, sometimes a 3rd coat will really make it pop. I'm just going to go pull the dog to, because it looks as though Jack's coming down for a sleep. And if Jack comes in and Colin's in the chair, there will be trouble. So I'm sorry, Jack, you weren't quick enough this morning. It's like running a cat sanctuary. It's not really. None of them are mine. They all go home, but I just adore them. Jack normally comes in the house to sleep, but because I've got the kids living here at the moment, I've sort of knocked that on the head a bit. Not that I think he's going to do anything, you know, but just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to wipe my fingers because I've got a little bit of pink on that, which wouldn't matter, to be honest, but... Are we all ready for Christmas? What have we got? 6 days. This is when I start getting really busy, because all of my children don't talk to well, some of my children don't talk to each other. So when we do Christmas things like Father Christmas and stuff, we have to go separate. So I have to do everything twice, sometimes 3 times. So, you know, when we go Santa, I go see Santa 3 times. When we go to the Mamadorians, we go for the sing-along breakfasts. I have to do that twice. So it's quite hectic for me. But, you know, it is what it is. The kids are grown up. They know their own mind. It's been going on for over 12 years. I just respect their wishes and get along with it. It is what it is. So there we go. All right. So I'm just going to give these a waft. Let me plug that heat gun in. Oh, give them a bit of a waft. Another reason why I never leave the things plugged in down here, because of the cats. If they jumped on the desk, say I was turned the other way, and they can knock this. So okay. I only need to do one side of this because I am sticking it on. Colin, go back to sleep. Jack's going away. Oh dear. Right then. Oh, a little bit showing on the back, so I'm just going to, just the edges, just in case any of it, oops, pops over the top. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a little bit of that's what I was doing. I was trying to work out how much. I'm going to do a little bit of doodling on this. I'll tell you what I haven't done for ages. My big bump, little bump. Whew. So here we go. Big bump, little bump, big bump, little bump, big bump, little bump. And I call it that because in my head, that's what I'm saying all the way around. Big bump, little bump. So I go around once. Okay, and when I've gone around once, I go around again, badly. So I get this double lined effect. See? I'm just using a paint pen. Paint pen works perfectly on paint because they are actually both paint, as the name suggests. Perfect. And then in the large bumps, I'm just going to pop a little hole, make it look like a sort of lacy picot edging. Nice. Okay, so I do have, where's my Merry Christmases gone? Oops, oh, the reindeer want to be part of the act. You're too big, reindeer. We're not going to see you, darlings. What about the smaller one? Hang on. There's the Merry Christmases, but let me see if I can find a smaller reindeer. I had it yesterday because I was showing you it. So where I put that? One moment. Oh, hang on. How's it over here? Strange. Don't know how it got over there, but those reindeer might. I don't know. Go on, I'll do the reindeer. I was going to put Merry Christmas, but oh, there. Seriously. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Don't I make you feel better about yourselves? Right, so I want to do it like that, don't I? So let's ink up this. Oh, hang on a minute, they're going the opposite way. Diane. They want to go that way. Oh yes, I can go like that. Right, so I'm going to put that on there, and I'm just going to press and hope this works. Might not, but oh yes. I quite like it. I didn't expect to like it. Especially because I wanted Merry Christmas, but this needs a good clean actually. Let's give it a clean with the archival. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the name of the stamp was. If you are quite new to the series, I give you details of everything at the beginning of, on not day one, the day before, the intro. This is called Elf Improvement Class. Okay, my products, a lot of the older stamps you have to get directly from Stampers Anonymous. The newer stamps, they make them, but you can also get them from Ranger or your local stores as well. Right, so I want that to dry. Do I want to... I was just wondering if I wanted to put anything else on there, but I don't think I do actually. I think I'm just going to put a little running stitch around the rest of this just to outline it. And then I think I'm going to triple emboss it with my clear diamond rocks. And I haven't embossed a puzzle piece before, so we'll see what happens. I need to let that dry. So I'm going to use the clear. All the powders that I've been using in this series are from my diamond range, okay? If I've been using the very pale ones, the very, can you see? They're the dust. They're the diamond dust. And I've been using those to add colour to the embossing like this and turn them into paint. If I am using, if I'm embossing, the outlines, I'm using my pebbles, the diamond pebbles, which are, it's an ultra fine one, but not as fine as the dust. And then if I am triple embossing, I'm using my diamond rocks. So it's dust, pebbles, rocks as they go bigger. Obviously rocks are a lot bigger than pebbles and dust, so that's why I've called them that. So the rocks are a bit like granulated sugar. Okay, so that's the three things. Everything I'm using is from my, my range. You could maybe find similar things in other ranges, but I tend to live in a bit of a bubble. I tend to live in a Dylusions bubble, so I don't really look around. People say, oh, could you give me an alternative? I don't really know. There are other products out there. Ranger has embossing products and things like that, but out of Ranger, I don't really know. I always say, use what you've got, try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't work, then you can buy something else. If it works, use it, and then when you're finished with it, you can buy something else, I'm not saying you just have to use my products. I haven't reinvented the wheel, but I don't really know other products to refer you to. Does that sound okay? So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a waft over because I don't want any of that ink to come off. There we go, just wafted it. And I'm going to get my diamond medium. Now it is cardboard, but because I've put a couple of layers of paint on, it's not as porous as it would have been. But you still need to make sure you've got a nice coverage. It is glossy, so you can see where it is. Put my rocks away. So clear rocks. Lift it up, lightly tap. Don't bash it, but lightly tap to get the excess off. And we'll heat the first coat. I'm melting it all over while making sure I'm still keeping things warm. Okay, now make sure it's hot everywhere. Just takes a bit longer because it's that bit bigger, okay? Right, let's see, was it hot enough? You can tell because if it's hot, the powder, the rocks will cling to it and you get this granulated look all over. If you can see any shiny, it wasn't hot enough and you might need to do another coat. Okay, so this is the second coat. This will melt quicker this time because it's already hot. You'll notice I'm melting, but I always come back and just keep that hot. It's much easier to keep it warm than to reheat it again from scratch. Okay. Third coat. Again, just check. This will get really hot now, so just go careful. Put your powder back in. That's why I have these really wide jars for all of my, you know, so you can get the powder back in. And then this time, I don't need to keep it hot. I'm not going to embed into it. I'm just going to leave it, I think. There we go. Now this will be hot, so I am going to let it settle. Okay, so let's do the back of this. I think I'm going to do the same pattern on the back. So just do it to match. So big bump, little bump. La 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 la. Oh, just have pink on my finger again. Right. I've got two big ones next to each other somewhere. There we go. I'm never bothered if it matches up or not, as you know. There we go. And I think I'm going to write, but you could use one of my Merry Christmas stamps. You could use one of the Merry Christmas stamps. I'm gonna write Merry Christmas. Okay. Because it's my writing anyway. So Merry Christmas to you. See, look, I don't know how I spelt Christmas wrong, because it's quite natural to me. What ribbon should we put in this little beauty? We've got blue and pink. Let's some pink. Let's have some of that. Which I don't really think I want the spots. Let me just go break my neck over here. I'm hoping the girls will come and help me do the studio tomorrow. Oh, that's a bit more turquoisey. There we go. Nearly out of it, but oh look, that's the last bit. Bin. La, da, da. Oh, they're going all over. To you. Wasn't I looking for a bauble earlier? It's been there all the time. Diane, what is occurring? I'm going to put this through, then I can photograph the back, and then I'll do the front. Keeping up my tradition of being really good about taking the photos. Emmy's getting a bit complacent now. She's like, she's doing pretty good at this. Merry Christmas to you. Right. So, is this cooled? It has. I think I'll have it like, I'm going to have it like that. So, oh, don't know why I reached for this tape. Anyway, put one right across the back. Let's put, it doesn't have to be everywhere, you know, unless you are planning on going skydiving with this tag. You don't need to have tons and tons of adhesive on there. There we go. And I think, where's my going to paint pen? I think I'm going to put up a little bit of pink in each of these. And then I might put some stickles over the top of that little bit of pink. Just a tiny dot, so it'll look as though it's pink stickles. Just wait for that to dry a moment. Look, the one with the tick on. Oh dear. Snow is falling. Actually it isn't, but you know. Right, tiny bit of stickly. I have to be careful handling this now because I will forget. Mind you, I'm going to be down here a while. I might as well get a lot of work done because Colin's fast asleep in the chair. He looks the picture of innocence. So again, this is my diamond stickles. It's the only colour I use. Ranger has about, I don't know, 60 colours, but this is mine. It's just like a clear and gives a slight shimmer. So that's what I like to use. If you've got other, you could have used a pink stickles. There we go. Tag 19. See you tomorrow.